So basically, I'm going to go over the full send indicator, how I use it to trade. It might not necessarily be correct, but it works very well. Um, a great example is if we go to SPX today, this 5 minute here, this full send, this hit huge. It was like, if you bought on this full send, like the 4,440 calls, they went from like $3 to $9 on this move. So it works extremely well. It works well on the lower time frames as well as the higher time frames. We'll go over that in a minute. But so basically, what I do is you can see I have like a 12 grid here. This part here is killing me because I have OCD. When I set this up, I thought the highest time frame but I would want is 1 year, 1 day. I'm sure you can see down here in my right-hand corner, it says 1 year, 1 day. I didn't think I would want the 3-year, 1 week charts or 10-year, 1 month charts, but I actually love them. Like the other day, I know I called out like HD, and that one went from like sub $300, like I want to say it was like 297 ish, to like 313 in a day. And then it retested like 305 and went to 313, retested 305 again, went to 313. So it's paid me like 3 times now. So I love these higher time frames, but for intraday trades, like these are great for looking at after market hours, the longer time frames, all of these down here. But intraday, this 3 minute or 5 day 3 minute is just a killer for SPY, SPX. I mean, technically, any chart you want to look at, the only problem is catching it when it pops up. So I just leave mine on SPX, and I might occasionally switch to SPY, and I'm looking for this full send on the 3 day or 5 day 3 minute, and I'll grab calls as soon as I get confirmation that this is going to go. And you might be wondering, like, what's confirmation that it's going to go? The way Shorty told me is different than the way I do it. But I'll tell you both, and you can decide which one you want to do. So I'm sure, as you can see, like in my settings, let's see. Where is it? Here we go. I'm using the ashy candles. And so when a full send pops up, what I'll normally do is go to, like a regular 5 day, 5 minute or whatever, 5 day, 3 minute regular candles. And so what you do is on the next candle, you're waiting for like a sign of a reversal. So you want to start seeing green candles. Whereas on the, whoa, sorry, where is that? Did I close that grid like an idiot? I thought I minimized it. Oh, I guess I closed it. Let me open up another one. That was really stupid. Fortunately, it's really easy once you have it to open a new one. Whoa. So like I said, I'm going to send you guys this grid, and once you save it, you just load it just like I did, and it'll go, right to here. So, sorry, I'm losing track of what I was saying. So like on SPX, this time frame always changes.
You were talking about like the confirmation.
No, I know. But I was going to start talking about something else, and then I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I was messing myself up. So this should be 5 day, 3 minutes, and I need to save this so that way when I share it, it doesn't give that weird one. Where in the world do I save it?
just here, you click the Save Flexible.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where it is. That's not it.
Catching Rocket?
Yeah, I hear
Just
You
you.
had
click.
it in the box after full send.
What's that?
Yeah. Just click. Yeah.
Oh, there it
Down.
is.
Yeah, save.
Gosh. Yeah, good job, Drew. All right, thank you. So I was looking at it, but I didn't see it. That's awesome. All right. So 5-day, 3-minute for intraday trades is phenomenal. And so like I said, the way Shorty told me to do it and the way I do it is different. I'm not saying one's better than the other. I just like a more definitive, clear cut. If it crosses this line, I'm going to take the trade. Versus Shorty just said, when you see a full send pop up, like drill down to like a 3-minute chart and wait for signs of a reversal. And like I said, it absolutely works. But what I found that I think works better is I'm just going to make the candles bigger so you guys can see. And let me just move this more to the center of the screen. So what I do is I draw fibs from the top of the candle to the bottom, you know, if I'm doing bullish. And then from here, my entry is going to be over, 4,422.47. So this fib here is the, where is it? 382. So 0.382. And again, this will be posted. If you guys want to screenshot this, or you can rewatch the video and see my fib levels. But so over the 382 fib, I'll take calls. But I don't do it off of the ashy candles. I do it off of regular candles. So hopefully that makes sense. I wait for the full send to show up on ashy candles. And then once I draw my fibs, like I have SPX on different screens. I'll just show you guys so it makes more sense. So here's like my main screen. Here's my SPX. And since I drew the fibs, whoa, sorry. Got a little crazy with the cheese whiz there. Like I can see the entry. Oh, sorry, this is where I love TradingView over TOS. But you can see here's my entry here. On the Fibonacci's, so the 382 level. So that's how I take the trade. And even if you draw your fibs and you miss this entry slightly, you can still grab it. Like this full send is so deadly accurate, it's ridiculous. Let me get this off the screen. But so basically that's just how I do it. I get my full send from ashy candles, and then I'll go to I'll draw my fibs on that ashy candle, and then from there I just find that 382 fib and I use that as my entry. So for like the longer time frames, I do exactly the same thing. It's a little bit easier though, because you have more time to do it. But after hours, when I find full sends, I just draw my fibs from the top to the bottom. And on these ones, I want it to be accurate. So I'll actually since these are much bigger candles, this is a 1-week candle. I look up here for the high, highlight the candle, and I actually edit the values to match the high and the lows. And this is after trading hours, I do this. And so then playing this 1-week candle on SPX, my entry would be here. at 4236 and 52 cents. And then for me, basically, I just draw like a price level at that fib level, and I'll put like something to that effect. And so then when I see, like during the trading hours, I'll be watching this. When I see it cross this level, I'll take calls. You can also set an alert here if you want to. I don't like alerts, but if it works for you, you absolutely can.
CR, is there a reason that you use the Ashi candles other than the other ones for the full send to look at?
It's just, this is what Shorty taught me, and I never question it. I just do it.
Okay.
He said they're more effective on Ashi candles, and so I've just done it. And that's what like when I said I would do a class on this, I am by no means like a full send expert, but I can tell you, like, every time I play a full send, like, they very, very, very rarely miss. So as long as you're using like proper position sizing and you're not over trading, like, you can literally grow an account just using this one indicator.
I agree. Yeah.
And so one thing you can see with this grid, I have, I'm sure everybody here is familiar with linking on TOS. If you're not, like, please speak up or say so in the chat. Because if you're not, I'll cover it more in depth. Actually, I'm recording this video and I never want to do this video again. So, right next to the ticker symbol, like, you can link all of your charts to a color. So you can see every single one of these charts is linked to red. So with that, if I type in SPY on one chart, every single chart changes to SPY. And then also, and sorry, this might be like too easy for most people, but you can link a watch list as well. So these are red, this watch list is red. If I click on any of these, then these change as well. So this is how I as quickly as possible, look for full sends. After the market closes, I just go through different watch lists and check for full sends on all the different time frames. So that's how I do it, by using a watch list and having all of my charts linked together. So,
CK, question.
Yep.
Do you have a scanner to scan all these full sends?
We were not able to make a scanner. Sequence tried to make a scanner and it didn't work. So there will probably never be a scanner. Basically, okay. Like, Sequence is a badass coder, and he tried already and wasn't able to create a scanner that works. So with that said, I would highly doubt that there will ever be a scanner. He also was not able to port it over to TradingView. That was the original plan, and it just didn't work out. So,
okay, thanks.
I just wanted to add something on it. Like, it's better to like use full send with like a ticker or a couple of tickers. Just observe how it works on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure like if full send works. Like, there could be a different way full send works on SPY versus other tickers. So it's better to just stick to one or two and just observe how it works.
I think what KSN is probably getting at is, if we look at, well, I mean, you can look at any time frame, it doesn't matter. But so if your full send is here on this candle, if there's a red candle after it that comes down lower than this, the full send will actually move to the next candle. And then if the following candle comes down further than that one, the full send will move to that one. The full send might even disappear completely. So that's why you want to wait for confirmation before you take the trade. That's why I draw the fibs, and I'm waiting for a sign of reversal before I'm hopping into the trade. So that's probably, is that what you were talking to, KSSN?
Yeah, pretty much that.
Okay. So yeah.
You want to actually like make sure like how it works, like all the scenarios. Like sometimes it disappears, sometimes it moves up, sometimes it moves down. Sometimes you get like conflicting full sends, like we saw today. Like ES was showing a bearish and
Yes.
SPY was showing bullish. So you want to make sure you see like all the different scenarios, and maybe you can also get to understand like maybe on SPY on like 5 days, 5 minutes, it appears like once every day or once every other day.
Yep.
You can get a feel of how it works, because I mean like you don't want to be throwing like $1,000 on every play assuming full send works, right?
No, you should. Well, I feel like I already touched on that. You shouldn't be full porting on full send. Like I said, use proper position and account sizing and risk management. I don't know if I said risk management, but all of the normal things that you would do in a trade. Like you don't want to over position yourself in a full send trade. You don't want to like throw risk management out the window and not have a stop loss or whatever, have a mental stop loss, whatever it is you do, however it is you trade right now, you do the same thing with full send. And so you're waiting for it to cross that 382 fib as your at least that's how I do it, as your confirmation to enter the trade. You're using proper sizing, you're using proper risk management. I mean, that I can think of, I've never been stopped out of a full send play, but I'm sure it will happen one day. Like it's like roughly 90% accurate. So, just keep that in mind when you trade. Like, you could do something similar to Earth. Like let's say you're up 25% on the day from full sends, and you're like, and a full send pops up and you're like, hey, like this is free money. So I'm going to use a portion of that, as like a lotto for a full send. I'm going to position larger than I normally would because I'm up so much on the day. That's cool, but still don't risk too much because, a trade can always go against us. But really, the full send is very, very, very accurate. I've, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen it fail, but I think I always forget her name, like SMC or whatever. I think she had a failed full send trade today. So it does happen. And then just really quickly, like the full sends are based on Elliott waves. So you'll see like a number 1 pop up. That's going to be your first wave. Well, I did not mean to zoom in there. Number 2. So this is the first wave down to number 2. Third wave starts here down to here, which is our fourth wave, which is where the full send popped up. And then normally on a full send, you're going to be closing it above the previous number. So, you're looking to get out somewhere above the number 3 here. Full send can show up on any time frame, but it's most common on number 4. But sometimes you will see it on number 3. And if it happens on number 5, that's generally the most violent move. Not necessarily the biggest move, but it's like the quickest move. So yeah. I mean, that's really pretty much it. One other thing is under the settings, I'll just show you guys this. So like if you go to your edit studies and you right click on full send and go to edit sources, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom. So you'll notice, I guess I can't show it, but on my full send, I'll show you guys. I have the green box, the yellow line, and the red box. So again, right click here, edit sources, scroll all the way down to the bottom. On yours, you'll probably have a hashtag here, which hides that red box. Honestly, I turned it back on. This is your lowest trade probability, is if the full send pops up in this red box. But I've never seen it make a difference. So like, apparently, These are our highest probabilities is the green box, medium probability is the yellow line, and lowest probability is the red box. I've seen full sends that pop up down here and they still just totally send it. So I don't know that this box actually makes any difference at all. I've never seen it make a difference, but like KSSN said, like go back and back test this for yourself. Like I'm sure I could find a full send right now that's outside of the box. Well, that one's inside, but I know I could find one if I look for it, and it doesn't matter. Like it works pretty much every time. The only other thing I would say is if you guys want to edit what word pops up here, same thing, right click, edit sources, and you're going to go to line 978, I want to say. It might be 987. I always forget. Oh yeah, here it is. 978, and right here we're in quotations, it says full send baby. You can change this to whatever you want. So I guess have fun with that.
I was just about to ask about that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, that's really it, guys. Like, unless you have any questions, like I said, I'll upload this video to YouTube. It's going to be private, but I'll post it in the video section of the Discord. And I'll also put a link to this grid so you guys can just load it in. Eventually, I mean, yours will be configured the same way as mine, but eventually I want to move my 10-year 1 month down here and my 3-year week down here and move all of these over one, because it's absolutely killing my OCD. But for now, this is how it is. But so these ones here, the 10-year month, the 3-year week, even 30-day, 30-minute, all of these 30-day, 65-minute, 30-day, 1 hour, 30-day, 2 hour, 30-day, 4 hour, 1 year, 1 day. All of those I look at after hours, and then I'll just draw my fibs, find my entries, and plan those trades for the next day. These 1 year, 1 days, you probably want to go out like a couple of weeks, 4 hours. You know, like if it's a Monday, you can grab Friday's expiration. If it's a Friday, I would get next Friday's. Same thing with 2 hour, 1 hour, 65-minute. 30-day will normally play out in like a day or two. Everything lower than that, 20-minute, same thing, like a day or two. 15-minute is 1 day, 10 minutes, 1 day. 5-day, 3-minute is going to play out in probably like 20 to 30 minutes, give or take. These 10-year, 1 month, you know, like people ask like, oh, how long does it take to play out? And I'm not saying this to be insulting, but, you know, like we're all intelligent people here. You can actually just count. Like, of course I can't find an example, but, on the, or actually, let's see if I go to like SPY, see if we can find the last full send on SPY. So these are monthly candles. So the last full send was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. I don't buy them that far out because there's no trade that I want to be in for, you know, like 7 months or a year or whatever. I'll normally just go like 2 or 3 months out, you know, take my 150, 200 profit and run. A lot of times, like if you look back at Home Depot, I said the safe entry was over 205. I took it below 205, played it up to like 213-ish, 212. I don't remember exactly. Exited the trade with like 150% profit. And then I re-entered it when it dipped back down to like 305, played it up again for another 50%. Re-entered again when it was like here. It was in the, I don't know, like 306 range. Made like another 30% on it. So I just kept reloading every time it dipped down to that safe entry. You know, it's a monthly candle that it was on, so it's going to take a while for it to go from, you know, the full send to actually ripping up. So, but yeah, I mean, if you guys are curious how long it takes, roughly, you can always, you know, look back at previous full sends on that time frame. Like this is weekly. So this one took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 weeks from the full send to the 5 to pop up. So when you get the next number pop up, that signifies that that wave is over. So like I said, I mean, you can count them. This one here was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 weeks for this one to play out from the 1 year, 1 day. Okay? Anybody have any questions? Hopefully I was thorough enough.
Thank you, Shorty. Appreciate it.
Shorty.
No. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No worries.
CK, one question here.
Yeah.
So when you see the full send and jump in, when do you consider getting out? Do you consider skating out during the procedure and exit everything else when you see the 5?
Well, so it's not always going to be a 5 because sometimes the full send will pop up on a 3. And if it pops up on a 3, the next number you'll see is 4. But so when the, you know, some people, I'm not like me personally as a trader, when I go from here to here, I'm good, I'm done. I don't sit through all this like ups and downs. I take my profits. But there are people that wait until they see that 5 pop up to exit the trade. And like that's their prerogative. Once I'm, you know, like once I've made, if you do the math on this, like this is probably a good 150 if not 200% move, right, on a contract. If you got one close to the money. Once I'm up this much and I start seeing it going down, I get really antsy. Like if I'm up 200% and I see it lose 50% of its value, I start to get very unhappy. So I take my profits here. But again, there's no right or wrong. Like there's people that wait for this 5 and that's awesome. You have way more patience than me. You're a way better trader than me because I don't have the patience to wait. Like even if I made, like, I don't know, sitting through this down, you know, like say I'm 200% here and it comes all the way down to here where I'm only up 100%. I'm going to be like, shit, I should have sold it too. And I'll probably end up selling here and then it's going to rip up here and I would have been up 300% and now I'm really sad. And that's just not how I trade. So if you can sit through the ups and downs, waiting for the 5 or the 4 to like the next number to pop up is absolutely the way to do it. Me as a trader, that's not how I do it. I can't sit through the ups and downs. So.
Thank you.
No problem.
Another question I have is, do this blue line and red line useful?
I don't even know what these mean.
Okay.
I know it's measuring the waves of the Elliott waves and they're 0.25. That's all I could tell you. At one point I actually turned them off. Like if you uncheck show study, it'll turn off and the only thing that pops up is the full sends and the, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s. But, yeah, I started leaving them on. So if you don't like them, you can turn them off. So now you know how to do that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not a pro with this. Like for those more in-depth questions, like how the waves are calculated and what those red and blue lines mean, you would have to ask Shorty. Yeah, I just know how to trade off of it.
I just use them lines to see which way it may be going, up or down.
What do you mean? Full sends? Oh, I guess this is important.
Just those 2 lines, like, you know, the Elliott wave lines. If it's starting to curl down like right there, it's like you said, I'll get out.
Oh, okay. Well, so I should have mentioned this. This is important. Full send on the bottom means calls. Full send on the top means puts. I'm sure most people here know that, but just in case, since this is the first and only time I'll do a video on this, I better make sure I cover everything. Any other questions, guys, before I call it here?
Nothing from my side. Thanks for the video.
No problem. Knowledge Seeker, you were the one asking, are you good here?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right on. All right, so like I said, I'll post the video as soon as I get it uploaded to YouTube, and I'll share this Flex Grid with everybody. That way you can just load it into your TOS. All right? Anyway, I'll catch you all later. I'm actually going to be doing a video just like on my YouTube. I'm going to do more in depth on like volume, or just on POCs and support and resistance. And then tomorrow night, like I've put in announcements, I'm going to do a video, like a class like we're doing right now, on POCs, volume profile, value area. And then any questions people have, we'll just go over. All right?
Appreciate it, buddy.
No problem. Much love, everybody. Have a good night. See y'all later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.